Hi, everybody. It's Mick Lebinskas here from She's Building a Robot. And I am very, very lucky to be joined by Nare. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Mick. Thanks for the invite.
No problems. And whereabouts in the world are you?
Right now, I'm in Yerevan. This is the capital of small but very beautiful country, Armenia. And also, I travel a lot because of business needs. We have our R&D here in Armenia, but as we make a solution for the global market, we spend a lot of time, for instance, in California for market research and collaborations with the partners.
Wow. Okay. I'd love to hear more about what you're doing, but I want to go back and see what was your first ever interaction with computers and technology, and what was the instigator? Was it a teacher or a parent or a course, or you found a book? Like what was the first thing that got you into tech?
I was 12 and we have got a Pentium 3 PC, and my first excitement was using Photoshop to cut people's heads and replace them with other heads from Renaissance paintings. So that was the very first magic I realized technology could do. After I did my bachelor's in product design, and during these years, I proposed different projects that could have a positive impact on people's everyday life. To bring into reality my product ideas and prototype them, every time I was lacking the engineering part. Then one day I met my co-founder and husband-to-be, who is an engineer, and we converted into reality more than 20 projects together. Failed and succeeded together. Instead of spending 2 years gaining a master's degree, my co-founder and I committed the majority of our time to conducting research, leading us to build a new product with an ambitious team behind its success. So it all started from a question: is it possible to create wearable scales to know when your weight crawls up on you? Today, Embry Tech is making that happen with the vision of turning all shoes into predictive health tools. Imagine the future, like every smartphone has a built-in camera now, every shoe will have built-in Embry.
Every shoe. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, as someone who has some significant challenges in walking and running for various reasons, that sounds really interesting. Well, that's an amazing journey from photoshopping Renaissance heads, study, finding your business co-founder and life co-founder. And how do
in
you?
life, in business.
Yeah. And how do you two get along? Because I find that making technology, sometimes you've got to be friendly and sometimes you've got to be tough. So how does that work as a partnership?
I should say that it's hard, but it's more fun than hard.
Oh, that's good to hear. Excellent. And what's your favorite part of working with technology?
So at this moment, my role at Embry Tech is foresee the vision of the product and its usability. I'm responsible for keeping it human-centric. I continually observe our users' behavior, potential users, collect their feedback to direct our future solutions. I lead the user experience and product design efforts for the team, ensuring that we are delivering a very high quality product.
Wow. And how do you balance the future and the present? So obviously you can't be developing too far in the future, but you obviously can't ignore the future. Like, what do you do to keep the balance right?
Keeping the balance of features and
yeah, between how far in the future are you thinking, and how close to the present are you acting? Are you really looking long term out, or are you looking just a year out? Like what is the vision? What does vision and development mean? Like how do they come together?
So we started small. Right now we are just solving weight management problem for people, but the vision is to go far and be in every shoe as a health predictive tool. So it can't be 1 year, we have maybe 20 years ahead.
Amazing. And tell me about the startup and tech industry in Armenia.
You might have heard that Armenia has been going through tough times and the situation wasn't stable here due to the war, but without going into the deep details, I should say that we are taking our lessons from the history and past and fully recognize the importance of staying stronger than ever before and contributing to the resilience of our economy by building a powerful tech community. By the way, we already have a strong basis for it. We have a growing tech scene in Armenia, and there are a lot of internationally recognized startups that are founded in Armenia or by Armenians. Moreover, international media like TechCrunch and Forbes have been actively covering our stories, which is inspiring. So it's motivating to be working in an environment where both tech savvy and creative people build new solutions for global market.
Wow, amazing. And is the community really collaborative and supportive of each other?
Yeah. When I got to tech, that was the time when the tech scene was growing in Armenia. Maybe it's better to say when the tech and startup ecosystem was established. So I wouldn't say it was a challenging. It was more fun, new connections, new network, new bright-minded and ambitious people, always there for you, ready to help. It's also worth mentioning that tech is the industry where integration happens smoother and easier than one can imagine. You might think that I could have some challenges as a woman, as it's like issue that voiced globally. But I'm a part of the tech startup, which has 50% women founders and almost half of the team are women. In general, in Armenia, about 30% of the tech community are women. Even more, in Armenia, 50 to 60% of applicants at the university IT departments are women. So fantastic. I think that women is like, they are really essential in the tech sector, as they are bringing a complementary strength and point of view. And I'm really proud that our numbers are growing in Armenia.
And so obviously my book's about a teenage girl who builds robots. Is there any robotics businesses starting in Armenia?
We have Robin the robot in Armenia that I can highlight. It's an emotional companion robot for children who are in the hospitals. So that is the most exciting robot in Armenia that people are
That's
building.
Amazing. Yeah. I'd have to get a link from you and share it in the show notes. But, yeah, that'd be great. Is there any particular, other than the project of health and capturing the data in shoes, is there any other particular either industry project or young women in tech project that you're really excited about at the moment?
Not specifically young women projects, but I'm also a partner for growing in UX EVN community, which is spreading the word and knowledge about UX in Armenia. And I'm trying to
what does UX mean? What for people who may not have heard of it, what does UX mean?
So user experience, it means user experience. And now we, as tech industry is growing in Armenia, we want to bring the strong UX in Armenia as well, that we can build like great products, not only engineering, but UX as well.
Got it. That sounds fantastic. Okay. And what's a particular product that you really love using and think's beautifully designed and an amazing UX? Is there a product you think that is just absolutely nailed?
I don't know. So it's
Maybe
that I love the product.
Apple.
Yeah. I love the experience they give, but I think they have some more room for improvements.
I totally agree with you. Yeah, I guess everybody does, but yeah, Apple definitely gets a lot of things right. They certainly try to keep things simple. And I think what I've always thought that simplicity is something which is important, but actually it's hard to have simplicity at scale. Do Do you agree that simplicity is an important principle to keep in UX?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's very important. It's not about being simple, but it's about keeping it more intuitive, and maybe you should really think as your users think. So what do you want? What they want? What they expect from you? So I think simplicity is one of the key metrics that your product should have. That's it.
No problems, I understand. And what are you excited about for 2021?
May I ask you to repeat the question? Sorry.
What are you excited about for the next year? Like, is there something big you're working on, or anything large, big coming out?
Yeah, sure. So right now, our startup is in pre-launch stage. So we are planning to enter the market in first quarter of 2021. So it is big excitement for the team. And we have tested with a couple of dozen people our product and have more than 100 users on a waiting list for the next batch. But we are excited to ship and see their reactions and start working with them, co-create the product, and be something great, and solve for them problem they need to solve.
Oh, fantastic. And if there was a young teenage girl watching who's likes tech and is not quite sure whether it's for her, but maybe would like to try and get started, what advice do you have for a young woman like that?
So before giving some advice, I will quickly share my story. At the age of 23, I had already managed to get a bachelor's degree in product design, a driver's license, marry an engineer, be the first hire in 2 startups, become a mother, and co-found 2 tech companies. 4.5 years ago, while co-founding EveryTech, I was pregnant. And just a week after my baby's birth, I was back to work and participated in almost every workshop, pitching session, meeting, and event with my daughter in the baby sling and while breastfeeding her. So sometimes young ladies were approaching me with sparkles in their eyes, telling me, "Oh, I thought it's very hard, almost impossible to be a mom and be in the tech business. I need to rethink my personal life decisions." So it was inspiring for me as well. Now my daughter Lucia has new ideas and shows a lot of curiosity towards designing new products.
Excellent.
My advice to her and girls like her is nothing can stop you but you. Convert your challenges into your sources of motivation.
Wow, that's awesome. That's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing. And no doubt, like I always knew there were just so many amazing inspirational stories out there, and I've loved writing this book, but I've actually, by far, the best thing about it has been meeting people like yourself, Nare, and hearing your stories, because AZ, Tan, and Lee in the book are fictional characters, but there's thousands of amazing women who are really doing it right now in tech. And I think we need lots of programs and lots of initiatives, and we need lots more people like you. So thank you so much for sharing. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that the travel bans all lift soon in the COVID world that we're in, and we all get to travel around the world, and maybe we'll get to meet face to face one day.
Thank you. Thank you. So we'd love to see you in Armenia one day.
I'd love to visit. I've never been. My family, my dad's side is Lithuanian, so I've been near the region, but not in Armenia yet. So thank you. I look forward to coming over and meeting the tech industry, and also tasting the local food. So thank you, Nare. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.